was her 28-year-old boyfriend, Marquise McLaughlin, while in the back seat were their 3 children who were all under the age of 6 at the time. When they got to the store, Brittany parked the vehicle in the store's only handicapped parking space located on the side of the building. Marquise then got out and went into the store with their 5-year-old son to buy drinks and snacks. Roughly 90 seconds later, while Brittany was still inside the vehicle, 47-year-old Michael Draper pulled up in his Toyota and illegally parked alongside him. He got out of his truck and started circling the young mother's car, looking for a disabled parking placard. An altercation ensued after 20 seconds, with witnesses inside the store reporting they heard a loud and aggressive argument between a male and a female. Marquise exited the store 75 seconds after the start of the confrontation, approached Draco, and forcibly pushed him to the ground. Exactly 2.5 seconds after that, while still on the ground, Draco pulled out a .40 caliber Glock pistol and fired a single round at Marquise. He then ran back into the store and collapsed in front of his son. Paramedics arrived within 19 minutes and rushed him to the Morton Plant Hospital. He was pronounced dead at 4:04 p.m. CCTV footage captured the entire incident. Following the shooting, Draco reportedly put the gun in his SUV as he waited for law enforcement to arrive. He cooperated with deputies at
You are 2 kilometers from the top.
And then transported to the North District Station for further questioning by detectives.
The front of the race has arrived at the 2 climbs that count towards the mountains classification. An opportunity to glean some points for those attempting to pull on the first polka dot jersey of this race.
Here's the positions over the last climb.
Hey, Lex, how you doing? I'll be back with Wilson. Left hand, okay. Sorry to have to get you under these stressful circumstances a little bit. Yeah. Hey, I'm not the business professor. Sorry. I'm not the case agent in this. That's what you think it is. The case agent and the assistant case agent. If that makes any sense to you, that's straight to you. Okay. First, before any of us speak to you, try to get about anything like that. That's what we do. So remember the thing. Right? Okay. We can know if you actually, understanding that
The breakaway is losing ground. Now's the time for the second intermediate sprint, because let's not forget, on each stage of this Paris-Nice, there are 2 intermediate sprints to be contested.
Ahead of the race is 3 kilometers from the intermediate sprint. Here's the winner of the intermediate sprint.
The front of the race is now on the last lap. A little more than 50 kilometers to be covered before the finishing line.
The gap is decreasing, guys. The peloton should be there for the stage win. His teammates are accelerating. They're no doubt readying the intermediate sprint.
This is the second time he has sent it. It could be argued that he's already trying to give his version of events some form of reinforced vindication before he even thinks. By it being his store and him being there every day, he is designating himself as some form of protector or guardian, thus characterizing his actions as pure and his logic behind them as pure as heart.
Watch out, guys. Just like earlier on, the road will be exposed. The wind seems to be stronger, so it could cause problems.
The so-called 21-foot rule stems from what is known as the Tools Rule, a self-defense training exercise to prepare against a short-range knife or melee attack when armed only with a Coltsman handgun. The idea is that by the time an individual determines a deadly threat, draws their firearm, and fires, the attacker will have already closed up to 21 feet of distance. This reinforces the idea that one can have their handgun drawn and ready
The
to
first
engage
riders are
an
leaving
enemy
Body
with
as is saying.
Yet,
We could see some
that
gorges.
this training exercise puts a strong emphasis on the fact that the attacker must have a weapon in their hand. That is the key component of wanting to use this rule as a justification to immediately engage with deadly force. It could be assumed that the suspect's frantic response was because he felt threatened by the question. Put yourself in his position.
The head of the race has 1.5 minutes lead on the peloton.
That you were in the right, and there was no other option than to fire upon the attacker. When posed a completely logical question such as this, you would take a moment to grasp and incorporate its principle. This is because you would have no need to be in a defensive state of mind. You would feel no threat, and it's human nature to be inquisitive and curious about matters related to our own decision-making. It's how we grow as people. Yet, if we are in a defensive state of mind, this natural curiosity would be overlooked, as our focus would be projected outward toward the perceptions of others, rather than inward toward our own. In this instance, it could be argued that Draka's immediate response, void of any contemplation whatsoever, is him trying to insinuate that he felt so threatened by the attacker that even the thought of giving any sort of a warning is an illogical concept. It's a variant of the emotional response known as appeal to extreme.
Last time checked with a breakaway, 1 minute.
He's in trouble. It's not sure that he'll be there for the sprint. You've got to ride, guys, if you want a chance of a sprint victory.
Seconds lead for the head of the race.
He states that the altercation started once the driver rolled down her window, yet the surveillance says otherwise. The prosecution stated that the suspect spotted the driver through the windshield and engaged with her at this moment. The window then comes down at this moment.
Was it going running? That's me. It's 7:20. So then when you come back around, the window was going to get away.
The riders will soon be at the final 2 climbs. It's the last chance to try to get away, because at the top of the final climb, there will only be 5 kilometers to the finishing line.
So, after you start talking, you approach the driver's side.
The first riders are 2 kilometers from the climb.
You may be wondering why they are asking such specific questions when the entire incident was captured on surveillance. Yet they are not asking for the purpose of gathering facts. They are asking to see if the suspect will amend the facts to fit with his own narrative. Anything he fabricates can be used against him, especially during cross-examination to negate his credibility.
So can you show me how far, let's say I'm going, how far did you come up with? Okay, so it's up to you, I'm not going to so, you guys are basically like, for, next thing you know, you approach, so we showed you for the, when it comes to you,
The man at the front is at the foot of the final climb. Would he have enough to be able to hold off his pursuers?
Okay. So you're on the ground, right? This. Okay. How far is the guy from the car? He's at the front of the car, so he's on that sidewalk at the curb area. No, he's in front of the car, off the sidewalk. Okay, right on the edge. Got it. So
It's the summit for the men at the front. Now it's downhill to the finishing line in Mantes-la-Ville.
They did a step, and he did that forward. Okay,
So let's look at the footage. The suspect is shoved to the ground as he described. This is the moment he reaches for his gun. Marquise sees this and starts backing up. Marquise takes 3.5 steps back and 2.5 seconds later, Drago then fires his weapon.
So show me where we want to come back. Okay, so right here. Okay. When we show it here, he starts running. Okay. Well, you say he was running? Right. It would have been running. We got to be in the car. Okay, yeah, I want you to first. They get what you do. I'm sure this is a picture. He's done good. Picture coming or wait to be on the help. So, we're going to so it comes in and take this coming to the right. You see him in
He just asserted that he felt kicked for beating him. If he had spoken with a lawyer, he would have been advised to not only state, but put considerable emphasis on the fact that he believed that his life was in danger. He would have essentially been told to say that it was either his life or the attacker's, and that there wasn't a shred of doubt in his mind that he would have been killed had he not fired his weapon in self-defense. Even without the surveillance footage to refute his version of the altercation, these statements alone would be extremely damning in a court of law.
So you come into that one, give us some kick over. So he only one step. He barely made the second step before I pulled the trigger. We'll take a look at it. Why do you think you guys did beat? Because I did that one side. What else would I think? Oh, I'm just asking. I've never been in this situation before. First thing I figured, I'm getting hit like that. Somebody's coming at me for more.
Ladies and gentlemen, let us welcome him warmly. Here is the winner of the inaugural stage of this Paris-Nice. Oman Corey! He found a way to master his rivals in order to raise his arms in victory. Congratulations to him for this high. He's amongst the leading riders this year. Here is the yellow jersey of this Paris-Nice. Oman Corey! It's a moment that he should not forget and which marks his career. Come on, let's applaud him once more. He's amongst the leading riders this year. Here is the green jersey of this Paris-Nice. We can say that everything is going well for him at the moment. Here is the polka dot jersey of this Paris-Nice. He's amongst the leading riders this year.
She walks around the vehicle.
It really is a stage to forget. We had the means to be amongst the front runners, and we didn't even get into the top 10. It's a disappointment. We could have hoped for a better start, but it doesn't matter. We'll have other chances to do better.
So he didn't say, back up and just come from the speed before. be like, how many, 36, 37, so you never said. So you guys, I care. You're trying to get to your side on yourself. You don't ask anyone to help you. Why'd you push me? He doesn't make any statements. I'm gonna come kick your ass. Negative. Okay, second word. So he made no threats that he was gonna come finish the job. Assumption, definitely. Okay, so you just assumed he was gonna come do it. He's a smart person. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, I get it. I understand that. So, and then you shoot him, just one time, correct? Okay. And then he just neutralized it? Neutralized, and that's it, there's no reason to. What do you mean, can you elaborate, what do you mean? Neutralize the meeting. Sure, okay. And then he was shooting. You understand that that they might not take that right. That they might go side of
He has just stated that he was fully aware beforehand that a serious altercation could have arisen from his actions, and then justified his actions on the grounds that he was carrying a weapon. He has essentially just tried to condone the provocation of a potential violent encounter because he was protected, showing no consideration for the safety and well-being of others. It could be argued that he gave no thought to the potential harm said provocation could cause anyone apart from himself.
You think he'd go knock on these people's door? I should say knock on these people's door. Yeah, I don't think he'd go up in front. Like I said, it's approaching, so he's kind of approaching that in front. Okay, but it's not just the person who's in the car, you actually in front. If you go up to somebody in approach, you can take that as being. You can't look at different options. Make that stuff. But if you go up to somebody in approach, it's not being part of the front. You think you can go and you can't take that risk? If you think you can go. Did you have a husband with him? He does approach you on making steps towards you like you would do. Okay, so you saw him come towards you. Okay, what else if he didn't come towards you, you would still fire that? He's crazy. What did you say?
He has just removed a potentially strong argument from the defense team. Upon reviewing the surveillance footage, the defense could have asserted that the defendant was still in considerable fear of his life, even though the suspect was retreating. This could have further asserted the argument that his actions were not the result of malignant anger, but rather the result of irrational fear.
You can see the result of that. That's the question. You see it in the state of the individual. And maybe his arms, I'm not sure. You see him, he was doing watching his feet, watching his hips. So if he was standing still, he would see no reason. He hadn't quit, I never did. Not getting out. If you make a decision to shoot his shoulders out, the leg is made out. Hanging from 69 May, shooting. You don't have any time to every time. But you have to next level down. Switch those. That's it. But you said you're holding it out before you do the shoot. There's a time. I'm not holding it out with the intention of pulling the trigger. Okay, if I come up on a target, I didn't see them. If you would have pulled that gun, anytime you pull that gun, you're coming back, you pull that gun, and you had it on. If you would have been in the field, because you would have pulled it down, you have time to look at it and tell that he was coming towards you? The feet said he was coming towards me, and so did the hips. What kind of twitch was it? The hip twitch. Right, what comes around this way, like you throw the comes right there at that corner, and after that.
I'm catching vibes, think I feel the same.
I am.
We got a fade, unspoken bonds. Two kindred souls got it going on.
Sorry, like,
Devil got me caught up in the race. Running, devil got me all up in the chase.
Here to do a buckle squat, which is a squat as a kick, if you can step to it, and you're going to go up.
Feeling good, got me spinning round,
These are optimistic techniques, training specialists, that work here at Sheriff's Office, and a little bit more of that.
What is that
I'm
saying?
on a cloud, ain't coming down. Cause these vibrations got me floating now. I'm flying high, I can't deny. You drive me crazy with those starry eyes. Running with the devil, got me caught up in the race. Running with the
Sorry,
devil, got me all up in the chase. I'm picking up what you're
like, we
putting
just want to see it really.
I'm feeling good, got me spinning round, spinning round. Got me inhibitions, no indecisions. I'm picking up what
So,
you're
in
putting down.
regards to okay, all right. So after he tackled you or whatever, in your words, you fall to the ground.
Velvet,
That's not
I was wrapped up in your
and then,
lies.
you know, you
I was a
fire
fool, oh, I should have known when I looked into your
but
eyes.
you're more from trying to get your fire out.
I thought you were an angel. You thought you were clever. I was a fool, oh, I should have known that you were somewhere else and we were together. Oh, we were
So,
together.
you got,
Can't say
when you look up, and see, what did you think you were doing? This is one thing that I know you said, and introduce, and when you do these kind of things,
when you were off on your own. You see me dancing with somebody else. You can't stand being all alone. They thought you were bad for me, but I wanted you badly. You see me dancing with somebody else. If I'm not yours, no
These
one
statements
else
were used by
will.
the prosecution to further assert his lack of consideration for the safety and well-being of others. As he stated earlier, he was aware that his decision to approach the vehicle would have resulted in an altercation, potentially a violent. Yet he has just confirmed that he has no hand-to-hand fighting experience or training whatsoever, meaning that his boldness in the situation solely came from the fact that he was armed with a deadly weapon, thus making him highly inclined to using it when far less force would have sufficed. The prosecution essentially stated that he was willing to kill in order to prevent himself from getting moderately hurt in the situation that he initiated.
finish the job that you should have and you put it what you start. I don't, I really don't. Some type of way.
Oh, here we go
I think seriously didn't want them, I just want to just doing some, doing these, any questions from you? Anything? All right, talk with $2,200 and review will be concluded.
Draco was released without charge as the investigation was ongoing, but was arrested 25 days later on August 13th and charged with a single count of manslaughter. During those 25 days, Draco was named as the accused aggressor in 4 prior road incidents ranging from 2012 to 2018, where he threatened drivers with a gun. 2 were male, 2 were female, including a young mother with 2 children in the car. He was interviewed by WTSP 18 days after his arrest.
I just want you to tell me about just the
Pretty much your average, everyday person with average problems, I would suppose.
right.
Whatever it's problems. Some of these troubles, moving substances.
Right.
But other than that,
Take me back to, we're going to call it that day. What kind of work did you have July 19th? Were you working? Were you walking the dogs? Were you...
I don't think it's really the right place to go into specifics about that day.
Well, I wasn't talking about the actual incident of the shooting. I was just saying what your day was like. Cup of coffee,
Normal, everyday, really nothing that
start the wife off to work.
surprising out of any of it. So,
Everybody involved with this case, a lot of people involved with this case have spoken up. The sheriff has spoken out. The prosecution has spoken out. McLaughlin has spoken out. Al Sharpton has spoken out. And we felt it was necessary to hear from the person at the center of this case. The McLaughlins have been very, very hard and descriptive about you as a person. Is there something that you could say to them that might give some clarity about who you are or how you feel?
I think this is the right place to, up to the family director.
Big officer. No time more. It seems like it's a striking goal would be here.
Yeah.
Thanks.
They said earning any degree would keep me in demand, but some degrees are more valuable than others. A cybersecurity degree is sought after, as there were over 3.5 million unfilled cybersecurity jobs globally in 20.
On the 2nd of August 2017, at approximately 5:15 p.m., 21-year-old Savannah Gold left her parents' home and drove to San Jose Boulevard in Jacksonville, Florida. She had a 5:30 shift at the Competition Grill, a casual seafood restaurant where